my volume. So sorry if I blew your ears out there. So I'm here to do your March tarot. Sorry, it took me a couple of days. I had a bunch of things I had to do, and we had a couple of snowstorms here. So I was kind of snowed in. I had to shovel like crazy, and the driveway is really long. So I want to tell you that my boyfriend watches all my videos. And he was telling me, I don't like the view of your camera. I can't see the cards. I think that you should be able to see the cards. So I said, well, geez, I'd have to put my camera down at the end of the desk. And he said, well, why don't you just rearrange it? So we have this view now because I think he's right. It's nice to see the cards. So this, you can thank Ronnie. Thank you, Ronnie. So Gemini, let me put your vibes in there, Gemini. I did my smudge and I cleansed everything. Gemini, March 2023. So this is a big shift time. There's a big portal happening this month, okay? I don't know all the planets that are lining up, but if you look up Braca Goldsmith, Pam Gregory, or an astrologer you like, you'll find out. And so it's also the beginning time of the zodiac where, it's like the birth, where it's the east, where the doorway opens. So, but for some reason, this particular March is especially powerful. And it's not just opportunities that might come your way, it's a chance for you to uplift your own soul. It's a chance for all of us to just let go of that crap, that whatever has been pissing us off or ticking us off or whatever, and just lay it down, like laying a sword down. I just want peace. So, and if you're able to do that, apparently there's a big leap or jump in consciousness in a way. I don't know what that means exactly for everyone, but I wanted to share it with you because I think that it's a good as time as any to start new, to start fresh, kind of dust off those old cobwebs and say, I'm just not going to be bothered. I'm not going to let that stuff bother me anymore. I heard someone saying that they, just like you schedule other things in your life or you have a diet, they diet themselves on other things as well, things that aren't as healthy, limit what they hear, what they see, that sort of thing. And be careful of the tongue, what you say, right? So I better get going, Ronnie also told me I talk too much. So, hi, Lyn. How are you? Why is your message retracted? Why is it doing that? Oh, jeepers. Oh, jeepers. I didn't want to go there. Okay, well, I'm not sure what's going on, but anyway, let's get into it. Gemini. What are the messages for Gemini? What are the messages for Gemini? In this big March, this big opening, this big, there's a staircase here in this door, It's to the next floor, you're being allowed into a different spot in the library that you weren't allowed to before. You're being privy to more understanding information now at this time if you want it, if you're open to it, Oh, I think they're really ready. I'm just waiting for that. I think that I'm going to take that one for now. Let's go because they're really, really bending, stretching. So, Six of Wands. So this is an ascension card. This is rising up to a new, you know, it's it's not just what we do for a living, but what the responsibilities and the role we're ready to accept now. We're ready to take on now. They're following him. They believe in him. They trust him. They think that he's a good leader. He has experience and he's proven himself also. So Gemini, just like I was saying, this is a real time for you to, there's a staircase there in that doorway for you, right? So, rebirth, right? First card, rebirth. Exactly what I was just saying. I am doing very good, Lyn. Thanks for asking. Oh, there, I can see your messages now. So anyway, here, rebirth, there is the doorway. There is the ascension up, and being open to it. If you look closely at that card, you see those spirals, there's two. And the rabbit, which means expansion, growth, birth, fertility, you know. And so, when you're fertile, you're ready to accept a mate, you're ready to accept a partner, you're ready to accept a new beginning. And this shows the child too, right? Ready to grow again. But it's a new beginning. And it is, look at that, you got the death card right next to it. Now, the death card was in reverse. Both of these were in reverse. They don't really do a lot of reversals, but in the death card, you're cutting something away. You're not, I like to think of it is when we're cutting the dead off of a plant so it can thrive again, right? So there's something dead we need to cut in our lives that it is kind of prohibiting us from thriving, from growing, from, feeling kind of thing. Because there's something else you want here. He looks out the window and he desires that he wants to be over there at that new horizon, at that new beginning. But we have to leave this behind. He has to leave all this behind. His, whatever it is that, like I said, that you got to let go of that stuff, eh? Whether you were right or wrong, doesn't matter. Let it go. Oh my God. It's getting me emotional, actually. Gemini, look at that ace right after the death card. As soon as you can do that, you're able to be very open to something new, and you want, like, I think that you could have done some work here. You could have gone through something difficult. We've had to mature in some way, and when you've done that, you just feel fresh, you feel happy, total difference when you can. And it's usually a psychological thing. Sometimes it's a person, it's relationship. We just can't have them around because of whatever reason. Sometimes it's a thought that we can't let go of or something. And so this is a growth time for you, big time. So this is all in the recent past here, Gemini, that you've been going through this. You probably have cut something out of your life, and it has made a big difference, whatever that thing is, okay? You made a big decision, you came to that conclusion, or that aha moment in your head and said, I'm going to go do this. I want to be this. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Now, in the Queen of Wands, there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of passion. But I'm kind of feeling like possibly volunteer work being of service in some way. It's not about the money with this effort you're making. This is from the heart because you have the Ace of Cups here. So there's something you're doing here. This could be for this person. This person might be involved in help opening you up. You know, this could be a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries person, fire sign, but it could be yourself, you know, and you may want to give or devote some of your time to others to help, because it feels like in the helping, healing, um, I don't feel it's like about money. Okay. And then you have the Five of Swords, and it was reversed as well. The Five of Swords is, you know, it's about being right. You know, it's funny I just said that, but it's not about being if you're right or you're wrong, because this person proves that they're right. They do, and they are right. But at what cost? They lose this person. They lose this relationship. In proving they were right, they end up putting this other person down, or that this person ends up feeling that way anyway, whether that was the intention or not. This ends up happening. I'm not sure which end of the sword you're on here, Gemini. Whether you're on this sword, you're not, someone's been too pushy, too, something, or you're on this side. You're the one that's, has to be right, pushing your ideas. And so you might be giving up because it is in reverse, eh? So you might be giving up some of that at this time, the needing to be right, having to tell people, or someone is around you, because there's improvement here happening. This is improvement from the way things were, because you're giving up something like that. And maybe this is what is being given up, the need to push or our ideas on someone, or yeah. So if you're the pusher, you could push someone away. If you're the one being pushed, you could walk away. It's a not a good, because you want equal give and take. You want to be treated fairly. Yeah, there we go. The Farrelet, the Temperance. You want peace, harmony. You want to get along. You and you're doing things in your life now. You're making subtle changes, little changes to bring that into your life, more harmonic vibrations, people, events, things that you're doing. And maybe some of your time that you're devoting, because I feel like you are devoting some of your time, I don't know to what, Gemini, but I feel like you're, I don't know to what exactly. Okay, maybe it could be just to France, people around you. I'm not sure, but and we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And it also could be you. The King of Cups is, it makes decisions based on how it makes them feel, right? Considering things from the feeling level. This particular king, if it's a person in your life, has a hard time really connecting in relationship, though. They keep a lot to themselves, and are a little bit detached because they may have been hurt, or they're worried if they give someone everything that they could get hurt or something. But anyway, a very loving, feeling, nurturing person, but a little detached. And so, this is, I think you're looking to connect at this time. You're looking to connect. But anyway, let's get a couple more cards out. Wow. Ooh. So Um, you could be, because we have the high priest here, okay? The high priest, well, with the Four of Wands, there could be a wedding or there could be some sort of celebration, ceremony, even to celebrate something. The Hierophant is usually about commitment. Sometimes the institution could be the church, also could be like the hospital, university, higher learning. I have a feeling it's to do with healing um or a wedding. Okay, like a nurturing, healing, or a wedding. Some sort of celebration, moving in. You could be also possibly looking to purchase or move into a new place. Could be a more of a remote place, somewhere that you it just feels right for you. Um, the high priest is right in the dead center of your reading here. And the high priest is about learning, growth, and commitment, you know, taking on a responsibility. So, for instance, he's the high priest, right? And so when one becomes a priest, a doctor, that's like a lifetime career. That's a commitment for a long time. So is marriage supposed to be. But and so this is something we devote ourselves to, commit to, something like that. I feel like it's in the healing realm with these two cards here, the King of Cups and the Pharaoh. There's some sort of healing, possibly even alchemy going on here. You and the alchemy is the changes too that you're making in your life. You're bringing more balance in, like some more good things in that you enjoy and are good for you. But you have these two fours here, and you're really looking for stability. You're really looking maybe where you're working, perhaps, but also I feel it's like where you're living. You could be thinking about doing a home business, some sort of something to do with healing, because the Four of Pentacles is also about the body, right? And sometimes we withhold parts of ourselves, and it's self-care, you know what I mean? We don't give all of ourselves, we withhold. Someone could be withholding from you, but I don't think so. I think that this is you either saving up or like taking that time, putting some time into yourself, you know what I mean? This is such a healthy line. Healthy line. Okay. So you could be stashing money away, like I said, withholding some of your time and energy for projects, ideas that you have, or maybe just healing yourself, like doing some things for yourself. You also could be joining a club of some sort, whether it's for physical activity, mental stimulation. You could be joining the seniors club, the photography club, something like that, where you're becoming more involved. You're also increasing uh oh your information. Oops. Your information of, oh, sorry about that. I didn't even realize I had not turned my volume down. So anyway, let's see. Hmm. So I kind of like this in a way. So you're trying to make a decision here. There's more out there for you, but you're wondering what, okay? What else is out there for you? And you have a decision coming up to make, okay, Gemini. You can go this way or that way, and both will bring you opportunity, okay? The way you're going to end up going is the brand new fresh start. There is an option to go back to perhaps family or a stable situation with people in the past, whether it's family or it's some sort of long term relationship, But I don't think that you're going to do that. I think that you're going to move on. I think that you're going to start fresh because you have the Fool here as your last card. So interesting, too, because the very first card is rebirth, right? You're ready to come out. You're out of the cave. You're ready for something new. You've grown. You've changed, you know and the Fool is the last card, whereas where you do it, you take a chance and you feel good about it too. You feel confident and good, and no, not everything's guaranteed. That's okay. We'll just work it out as we go. You just got this really good attitude that you just don't think about all the fears and the worries first. Sure, there's going to be challenges. You accept that. There's already fives and sevens and nines in every set of 10. Those are automatic challenges on anything we set out to do. They're going to be there. That's okay. That's all right. I'll figure it out as I go. That's the kind of attitude you're having. I would say by the end of March, it's finally April Fool's, say. April Fools. So I think you're going to be kind of surprised by this too, Gemini. I don't think, that's what you're thinking presently right now. You probably are thinking, hi there, girl. How you doing? Very nice. Oh, hi, Maxine and Natalie. Oh, thanks for joining me, guys. Right on. So here in the outcome, like closer to the end of March, you're ready to begin again. You're ready to reinvent yourself, go in a new direction. But what? What direction? I could go into the forest or back to something familiar, or I could go over the hill where it is unknown. I don't know what that holds for me, you know? And so this is the decision that you need to make at this time, right? But you're starting from scratch, an empty canvas here, and you're rebuilding yourself. And not rebuilding yourself like you are a little bit vulnerable to set out on this, like you're timid a little bit at this time. By the end of the line, you're like, "Doo, let's go, let's out of here. Come on," you know. So shows that you're leaving. Here's the Ten of Cups. So this is a completion, the end of a relationship, and on good terms. This is a happy conclusion to something, right? So whether this is where you're working, where you're living, perhaps with this King of Cups, because it suggests the death is above that too. King of Cups and then the Ten of Cups. So there's definitely something ending here. You're letting go. Could be family, could be, I'm not sure what it is, but it's to do with someone close to you emotionally, right? Oh, cool. My son's best friend moved to Banff. He works at the Banff Springs Hotel. He moved here from Kingston. He just needed a complete change. This is like over a year ago now, and maybe a year and a half, something like that. And he loves it. He absolutely loves it. He said there's not much there, just tourist shops and, the accommodations, but you go for long, beautiful walks and the lakes, and it is absolutely jaw-dropping gorgeous there, but cool. That'd be really cool. So, interesting enough, after the 10 of cups is the moon, but the moon is in reverse this time. I'll take this reverse. We are going to notice that usually the moon has us at odds. There's a communication breakdown. We feel distant. We feel like we don't really understand what's going on. Everything was set and good, and now there seems to be a problem. It seems like that. But this one was in reverse. And so that suggests the opposite. Communication is very smooth. You're understood. You make sure you're well understood. Like I said at the beginning, be careful with the tongue. Say what you want to say, sort of thing. If you don't understand something, ask questions, have clarity, So this is saying, open communication, things are more clear like the sun. I love that above in this line here, you have the high priest and the ace of cups. The ace of cups is very open, not like the moon where we get like, and the high priest, again, you know, is about peace, is about let's find solutions, let's grow, let's learn, you know, and let's pass that down because they are also the teacher, right? The Hierophant is also the teacher. They are get educated and then they teach, they guide, they help, right? It's ripples, and again, with this Ace of Cups beside the Hierophant, the King of Cups beside the Hierophant, we got the Four of Wands, and now the Moon. I'm feeling this is big time in some sort of healing realm. You could be working at a facility, you could be working at a special kind of place, but like where it's more grassroots and hands-on and I don't know, but I feel like it's not about the money, which is a good thing. Okay. This is different. So, not, I don't think there's a lot of confusion. I think that it's very clear, and you're able to be very clear too at this point because you feel very confident in the position of the Hierophant, which is in the center of the reading. You know your qualifications, that, and I think that you might, perhaps at one time you would never have called yourself a master, but at this time you will. You say, I know everything about that. I've mastered. I'm the master of da 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 da. You may not say the word master, you might have another expert, perhaps, something like that. Okay. But anyway, so you also have the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is news coming in where you'll have to act very quickly. They'll say, "Oh, well, you have the job, but you have to start tomorrow," and you're like, "Tomorrow? Oh my God!" Or Monday, and today's Thursday. So it's very fast. They want you immediately to go to I think there's travel involved. So Natalie, um yeah, that this could be directly for you. But it's news that it is opportunities for you, whatever this news is that comes in, and you're going to act because here's the Fool right next to it. You're going to take it. You're going to say, why not? I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. You know, and there could be a little risk. You might be giving up something. You get, you're leaving a good apartment behind, or I don't know, but you're stagnant in some way where you are, and you're thirsting for something new, for sure. Okay. Let's get a little bit of clarity. So it's interesting, eh? Like we can look at it, um, across, but also we can look at it this way and across like this, and it's just interesting here as you're making decisions, you're growing here, you're realizing what you now need in your life for your in order to set out on your new plan. You need to expand in different ways now, and like I said, starting out with this empty jar, this blank canvas, where you're reinventing yourself. You're realizing I want something completely new for myself now, right? And then here, where you're realizing you need to end something, perhaps you don't feel any attachment to it anymore. It's just you love it or you love them. You don't feel it's where you belong in some way. It's detached feeling somehow. Okay. Here you have you opening up, realizing that you want more. You want to educate yourself. You want to teach. You want to help. You want to make a difference, I think, in some ways. Okay. Here in the Queen of Wands, she takes action. She's got that passion, that fire energy. And there's some sort of passion in you. I feel like you could be redirecting it now, like wherever it was, you're redirecting it now, and you're getting all any toxic people, situations out of your life. You're taking action on that, okay? Not allowing people to treat you, talk to you, whatever anymore. You're not standing there and taking it anyway. You're like, oh, I gotta go. and 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 you know, the Four of Wands always isn't about marriage or about moving. Sometimes it's about ceremony, you know, and in a rite of passage when I don't know if you've ever heard this, but some Native people, when someone passes away in their life, they cut their hair off. They cut it right off. They'll cut their hair and they'll let all those memories go and grow new memories. And it's a symbolic recognition of this change in your life. So you may not cut your hair, but I feel like you may do something symbolically to recognize this in your life, this some sort of change. Also, you may live humbly for a while to save up for this new this new thing you're going to do, this new thing. That is really, really, really wonderful. Maxine, Ronnie got a load to, like he's a truck driver. He got a load to go to Regina, and he was just there on Friday, I think it was. And he was going to see if I could come with them. And I thought maybe you could meet me, close by, and we could have met up. But it didn't work out that way. I didn't end up going with them, but I thought of you, woo, when that all happened. So that's kind of interesting. Thanks, JD. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you very much. So let's see. Well, oh, I think that's your card. Where'd it go here? Oops. Oh, I like it. I like it. So, wow. Look at that. Double 10 of cups. Double 10 of cups. So this is a happy conclusion. This is something that's coming to a close, to an end, and it's, no hard feelings. This is, it's like when your kid moves out of the house and they get their own place, it's okay. It's a conclusion. But it's all right. They're starting something new now, moving on to a new, really happy about your new beginning, even though you may not know where that is as of yet, as of this time right now. Because it could be Banff, Natalie, but I'm also thinking about there's somewhere else, actually. I think it is near water. I am seeing a river, though. I'm seeing a river. That's because it's moving water, is what I'm feeling around you, Natalie. Moving water. Is Lake Louise moving? Is it still or is it moving? Every shot I've seen, it's like glass. But I don't know that much about that area. But anyway, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. With this 10 of Cups, okay? So the Knight of Cups, wants to pursue. Sometimes they need to tell someone how they feel. They're off to express their feelings. Okay, each knight is off to express some part of them, their thoughts, their passions, their creative ideas. This fella is taking action and wants to express his heart, his feelings. And there's no guarantee, when we do this, we could go and tell someone how we feel and we will get a positive or negative response. It all looks pretty good for you though, with the with the 10 of cups here. I also think you're following your heart in a lot of ways right now. You're following your heart, going after, and you may have stuck to something, to a place, a job, whatever, because of someone else, because you were taking care of someone, or because you didn't want to move away from that person, or because you wanted to help that person's business, something like that. I still feel this devotion thing. There's some sort of devotion thing, okay? And it may I think that you're going to have a change of heart. You're gonna follow your heart, right? Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get you an affirmation. Let me dig it out. I threw. Okay, got a bunch in here. I have some cedar in here. Okay. Oh, you know what? I must have 3 copies of that darn thing in there. Every time I reach in, I pull it out, and it doesn't matter where I reach. It doesn't even matter. Oh, I have. This is really nice. Well, they're all really nice. I love myself. So, this is how you actually are feeling. You're giving yourself that tenderness. You're appreciating yourself and the things about yourself. You're accepting them. That's for sure. The very first card you have here is acceptance. This is the card of acceptance. You've now accepted where you've been, why you did it, and it doesn't matter. It's not a win or lose thing now. You've accepted it's all right. You don't care about it anymore. It doesn't have a hold on you. You know, and you're able to feel really good. So if you want to, you can write this down and put it on your fridge, your bathroom mirror, somewhere to stand for a moment or two. And make sure you say it out loud to yourself. I love myself. I'm pretty freaking amazing. Let's grab one more. Oops, I just burped. I had mashed cauliflower for dinner. Ooh, this is a really good one too. I value and honor my boundaries. So that is another big thing you're doing now too. That's in a way you've grown a lot. You may have let people get away with things before, and you're not now. You're not blaming them anymore for it. You're not thinking, oh, well, they are awful and they said, you're thinking, I stood there and listened to it. So you're making new decisions and you're not blaming, but you're honoring your boundaries of, what you'll accept or listen to or watch or put up with or want to be in. you know you may actually turn down one of these positions because you're like, it's got to be good for me, the energy's got to be right, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited for you. This is a big change for you. You're feeling really good. And like I said, in March, this is big opportunity time, a time to start fresh, a new beginning time. It's, that eastern doorway, that where the sun rises, the new beginning. And it's will you be open to it? Because it will be there if you're open to it. Okay. Very exciting. Anyway, cauliflower and cheese, LA. I gotta tell you. So I looked up that guy that you shared about him teaching all the algorithms, which I totally don't understand, but it was wonderful. That was a perfect person to send me to because he does all these diagrams, and I'm a very visual person, and it really helped me understand how it all works. Whether I agree with it or not doesn't matter, but now I understand the formula, and once I understand the formula, I can work with it, right? But it was so helpful. I want to tell you, thank you very, very much. If anyone else is interested in anything like that, you can write to me and I will share the link that LA Taylor shared with me about to understand the algorithms, because my numbers weren't changing at all for 2 years at all, you know? So I was like, why? I didn't understand it really. So thank you so much for that. That was so helpful. And I'm gonna watch it again and again because it still is very confusing and complex. So and you gotta make notes, to kind of get it all. But geez, it was helpful, that diagram and the way he did it, broke it all down. It's really good. Thank you so much. Well, we'll see whether they go up or down. At least I understand it, and it's my choice to work within that. I understand why. For me, I'm a why person. Like, why is it doing that? How come that didn't? I'm like, why? So I drive people crazy with my whys sometimes, but it just is good to understand. How it all works. So in some ways, I really feel I could work within it, and in some ways, I'm like, too bad. I'm doing what I want. Too bad. So because there's certain amount of personal expression I have to have, I don't do very well with limits. So I'll do a little bit of 1 foot in the limits and 1 foot out. Oh, that'd be a very, very good idea. That'd be a very good idea. Yeah, I'd have to think what I would give. There's a couple things, and I could. My girlfriend Tina is creative extraordinaire, and she makes so many things. I mean, so many things. And I think that would be beautiful to promote her, as well as someone getting one of her beautiful things. She crochets stuffed animals. I mean, everything, not just crocheting. I mean, it just does so many different things. I can't even tell you. But that's a good, really good idea, actually. And I like working, collaborating and stuff. So I need you as my manager, maybe. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Hmm. All right. Good to be in the know. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, really? How interesting. Well, good luck to Dan. Say hi. And take care, everybody. I'm going to make the next video, which is Taurus, and then I'm doing Libra after that. I hope to get these done today. Okay. Yeah, once I'm back, maybe once I hit 20,000 again or 21,000 or something like that, I could do it. Yeah. But I could do something right away too, because I've had a lot of people that have stuck by me through the ups and downs, through my moving, through, everything. And just to show appreciation too for all the people that are here now and have always been here. Really, Taurus Sun, actually. Okay, well, I better get going so I can get going. Mwah. See you in a minute or five, actually, 5 minutes.